Lucasfilm made it very clear that when it came to Disney Star Wars, they were going all in on the Ahsoka series. And after the failures of Mando Season 3, Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi, they needed to make a splash. They did a massive marketing campaign, did a huge fan event, previews in theaters, and ultimately would even put out the 5th episode in theaters. But unfortunately, despite a lot of social media interaction from the demographic that are Rebels fans, it fell short in the ratings department. New data reveals Ahsoka's weak viewership for Star Wars other shows. And people tried to push it off and say, no, that can't be true. Just wait till the Nielsen ratings come out. Well, then the Nielsen ratings did come out, and unfortunately, it proved exactly what we were saying. I did a big breakdown last week showing how Ahsoka, when you averaged out over an entire week, got about 8.6 million viewers, where something like Boba Fett got around 10 million viewers in 4 days. Mando Season 3 got 11 million viewers in 5 days. And Obi-Wan Kenobi had over 11 million viewers in just 3 days of release. Well, now, despite some people trying to spin those numbers, exactly what I said happened. A massive drop-off for the Ahsoka series. Here are the Nielsen ratings this week. One Piece opens big in streaming rankings. Well, okay, what about this? One Piece debuts at number 2 as Suits continues 11-week lead. Well, where's the news for Ahsoka? Oh, that's right. Ahsoka not only had a significant drop-off of nearly 50%, but also Ahsoka fell off the top 10 ratings. Meanwhile, after an excellent debut in the prior week, Disney Plus's Ahsoka went down hard on week 2. Out of the top 10 overall, with 487 million minutes watched in the second week, despite now having 3 episodes out, an over 40% drop from the first week. Just like I said, when people were trying to praise that over 800 million minutes viewed for Ahsoka, you can go back and watch last week's iteration of the Nielsen streaming numbers that I did a breakdown on. It's because when they released it, Tuesday getting 6 full days, and also the fact they released 2 fairly long episodes. Once they started getting back to regular episodes, it was going to look a lot more like regular Disney Star Wars, and it certainly does. In fact, it's completely out of the top 10. This is embarrassing, okay? Obviously, I wouldn't expect Ahsoka to have 2 billion minutes watched like Suits. That's something that has a lot of episodes, right? But you would expect your brand new Ahsoka series that you're promoting with a $1.99 deal on Disney Plus. You're begging people to watch it almost for free. You are banking on this to be in the top 10. But it's not even there. You have to go to top 10 streaming original programs, and then Ahsoka is still behind Wheel of Time, which its premiere came out that same week as the 3rd episode of Ahsoka. This is now directly in line in the second week of things like Secret Invasion, which was a massive, colossal flop for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and even the media admitted that. It's right on par with the results of Andor, 485 to 487. When you look at Andor. And it pales in comparison to some of these previous Star Wars shows. Take a look at Obi-Wan Kenobi's second week. 958 million minutes watched, double that of Ahsoka. What about Book of Boba Fett? Something that only had 2 episodes out at this point in time. Book of Boba Fett had 563 million minutes watched. Now, of this number, we don't know, right? I can't tell you exactly how many people watched the 3rd episode of Ahsoka and how many were carry-ons from episode 1 and 2. We don't have those numbers because that would actually make it easier to break some of these things down, which is why Nielsen rating is extremely unreliable. But this is what Disney Star Wars fans told us we should go off of. The reality is, despite putting everything into Ahsoka, despite needing a massive hit, and despite a significant amount of social media hits from the very young demographic of people that grew up on Star Wars Rebels that happen to use social media a lot but don't translate to actual views or money, they tried to pretend like this was going to be a massive success. And so far, all of these numbers line up with another massive disappointment for Disney Star Wars. I have said multiple times, I do think we're going to see a spike around the episode 4, episode 5, when Anakin returns. So next week's Nielsen ratings, that will be including episode 4 when you see Anakin at the end. Keep in mind, when it comes to Nielsen ratings, doesn't matter how many people tune in necessarily. Sometimes it can be affected by people rewatching things over and over again. I still commit to the fact that I think we'll see a spike for Ahsoka on when Anakin's return in the Anakin episode of episode 5. How big will that spike be? Will it be enough to get it back up to matching some of these other Star Wars shows that have already been massive disappointments? I guess we'll see. One thing is certain. Ahsoka is a massive disappointment in ratings, at least with what we have so far, and it had a huge drop-off after that first week. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.